Hey everybody, Bones here, Bones Garage, bringing you update what's going on at the garage. So, 1965 Ford Thunderbird. We are started on this car. You can see we have the front rotors off. We have the calipers sitting there waiting for the new pads and to get the rotors back on. We're also going to be changing the brake hoses on it, greasing all the bearings, taking care of all that. But I wanted to really show you guys something, and people always say, well, I don't really use my car, so why should I have to maintain it? Well, here you go, guys. This is the rear drive axle. This is the axle that sits inside of the housing for your differential. And see all this? This is all gunk. That is gunk, and you can see how thick that is. Look at right over here at how thick this stuff is. What happens is water condensation gets inside the housing and it mixes with the oil, and over years and years and years you start getting all of this crap in there. And I mean, it is everywhere. It is disgusting. It starts making everything nasty. See all that? There is no way the oil's going to lubricate your bearings with that in there, because all it does is get stuck inside the bearings and make a mess of the bearings. So you can also see that the seals were leaking, and all this that you see down here was inside the drums and on his shoes. See all that? That's oil. That's all oil on there. That's gear oil from the differential. And that is no good because it gets on your brake shoes and it also gets inside your brake drums. See that brake drum? Really, I shouldn't be using this brake drum over, but the cost of a new one is prohibitive to the owner. So I had him sign some stuff and he said just use it over. So we're going to clean it out, have it cut real quick, make sure we get it smooth, and then that's going to go back in. That is what the brake drum should look like, nice and dry like that. And then on this axle you can see the same thing. This is all just gunk, just gunk. It's gear oil that has gone bad from all the condensation and years of sitting. And there you go again. See it right here? Look at all this. Look at all this gunk that's there. Just went in the rear. There it is. Look at all that. That's just gunk. Yeah, that's no good whatsoever. So we're going to be redoing everything. We're going to be putting all new springs, all new adjusters, cables, the whole 9 yards. We're going to redo the whole braking on the rear end. And then you can also see that's the wheel cylinder right there. That has 2 pistons inside. The fluid comes out, pushes the 2 pistons apart. They push these 2 rods apart, which actually pushes your brake shoes apart. When the brake shoes get pushed, they rub on the sides of the drum on either side, and that's what causes your brake shoes to stop you. Well, the problem we're having here is, you see all that inside the wheel cylinder? That is old brake fluid and rust and gunk and water and everything else that goes on when you leave a car sitting. Now, the gentleman who owns this car does about 200 to 300 miles a year and has really never had it serviced. So he found out about us and he brought it over, and we're trying to help him out. And, he's on a very limited budget. I already told him he's going to go over his budget, but he was okay with it as long as the car is going to be as safe as we can possibly make it. So we're going to be pulling the drive shaft out of here, pulling the center section out of the differential, and cleaning everything up in there. Hopefully none of the bearings are bad inside the differential. We are replacing the bearings out here and the seals out here, as well as the seal around here. So there you go, guys. Got to maintain these things. You can't just let them sit in a garage or a barn or outside. That is what happens. That is the axle shaft right there. And yeah, look at all that lovely nastiness. Ew. So we'll clean it all up for him, make it all real nice, get him back out on the road. I will also show you, these are the original rotors for this car. We're going to just cut them down real quick and then put them back on. These are the bearings, which are in good shape. There was nothing really wrong, no reason to have to replace them. This one had a little bit of heat on it, but not enough to make a difference. It didn't pit any of the bearings. So again, trying to save some money for this gentleman because, you know, he just doesn't have a ton of money to spend on this. All of the bearing races, the outer races, those are still good. So we're just going to use those over again. Here's the old seal for the rotors. It goes on the opposite side of the rotor to keep the grease off of the braking system. And these are the other seals for those. So there you go. That's how it's done. Alrighty guys, have a good one. I will talk to you real soon. Okay, bye.